it out. We'll just keep on doing the damn thing. See if we got anybody that wants to jump into the chat today. Hopefully everybody's doing well. If you all want to sit and watch a ball game with me. Once we get a few more people in, we'll go through the rundown. You guys know where to go. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday afternoon. The games have been absolutely ridiculous so far. So, par for the course on Iron Bowl Saturday. I would imagine that we're going to have something bananas go down per the usual, right? With as crazy as things started out today, I figured we'll just do a first half stream, see how this goes. Chris and I have been talking about doing this for a while. If you enjoy it, jump into the chat, let us know. We might be doing more of these, maybe with SBR or maybe just with our own stream going forward. So if you guys are interested, let us know. Let's see. We got a few people in. Going to get my glass ready because we are about to have kickoff. Cheers. Hope you all do well. We need my bets. The only bet that I'm on in the first half is Alabama minus 13.5. So maybe we add that up here at the top. Let's see. First half bets. We've got Alabama minus 13.5 first half. And we will roll with that. Roll with that. Nope, got to be bigger. We got 15 people in the chat. Hope you all are having good Saturdays. And hopefully we don't have anything too crazy go down like we have so far. Because this has been a crazy, crazy Saturday. And I don't know what to make of it. So, I am losing my rear end in my bets so far. Not good, but hopefully you are all doing well. Chris has been cashing some of his. My Buffalo team total and Buffalo minus 7 from this morning, those have already hit, I do believe. So last I saw, they were up like 63 to 40 some odd. But yeah, if you guys, hey, Joel jumps in. How about that SMU game? That game just makes no sense. No sense at all. What's our score now? 52 to 38. I mean, what are we talking about? Casey, good so far as long as Syracuse didn't win. Well, at NC State right now up by a touchdown. I think we're all right. We shall see. We're thinking about doing more of these live streams. So if you guys are interested in it, let us know because, we don't know how these things are going to go. It's a long ball game. We're only doing the first half today. But it's just sitting here, taking it easy, enjoying ourselves. And I'm going to do this one by myself, but then Chris and I might do some together. So if you want us to do that, let us know in the chat and all that good stuff. Hopefully Casey and Joel are winning their bets today. Penn State and Michigan, I had a buddy actually text me and ask if Harbaugh was going to be fired if he loses this game today. And I said, no, there's no way. Like I don't believe that he will be fired for losing to Penn State, So, even if it is a terrible Penn State team. But you guys let me know. Whatever you think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. He might go back to the NFL. I don't know what NFL team would want him after this. But it's bad. Casey says, I actually think Auburn's going to be pumped up. I think they keep it close. Well, I want to see what the running game looks like. So Tank has been their best running back all season, and Obviously, without two of their better starting offensive linemen, that's going to be kind of tough. Alabama's defense has looked better the past few weeks. So we shall see. We shall see. As far as the EPA per play, that's expected points averaged. We've got Alabama at number 3 in the country, and Auburn at number 35. And on defense, Auburn is number 63, and Alabama is number 45. So defense is not great. Alabama's defense has come on as of late. See, Joel, I think the game could look similar to the Alabama game, competitive first half, blowout in the second. If Bo Nix protects the ball, it should be a good game. We shall see. He showed out last year. All right, so we got kickoff now. And let's see. And tackled at the 17-yard line. All right, so good start for Alabama. That's the way that you want to start a game like this. We already got flags? What are we talking about? All right, well. And we got holding on Auburn already. Chicago's college tailgate jumps in. Harbaugh can't go back to the NFL. He won't have Greg Roman or Colin Kaepernick to rely on. Yeah, that's the thing. So everybody automatically assumes that he is this NFL quarterback guru because of Andrew Luck and because of Kaepernick and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, the Kaepernick thing, the Greg Roman stuff is happening all over again, right? It's really, it's weird. Right, Lamar Jackson looked great for a season and a half, and now people have kind of figured him out. All right, so we got 2 yards on first down. Okay. All right, we're rolling. We're getting there. We shall see. See if I can get myself comfy. Turn my lights on a little more. Does that make any difference? I suppose so. That may not be exactly what I want. So. So nothing fluky, nothing crazy out of Auburn's offense so far. There we go. We got a little light from both sides here. So, do I think that Harbaugh would be good in the NFL? No, not really. But it is a different game, so who knows? Alonzo Chico, how about them Gators? Hey, how about them? It didn't look good in the first half. That's 2 straight weeks against inferior competition, and yeah, come back in the second half, do what you got to do. All right, so we got a Bama sack on Bo Nix, so nothing out of the ordinary has happened thus far. I know something crazy will happen because it is a Gus Malzahn game. Something is going to go nuts. Joel, all right, I'm going to head out. Good luck on your bets. Have a good afternoon. Hey, absolutely, I'll be here for the entire first half, and then we'll just see what's going on. If you want us to keep doing live streams like this, let us know. Casey, I've got $25 on Auburn money line. It pays $3.25. What the hell? Exactly. I mean, is what it is. Obviously, Alabama is the significantly better team, but it's worth taking a flyer on. All right, Devontae Smith on a punt return, and we got a short field for Alabama, so that's a good start for my minus 13.5 first half bet. The team total for Auburn for the first half was 7.5. 7.5. Like, the team total for the game was 20. I was kind of surprised. But we shall see. I played the team total over 21 for Auburn, but, you know, I figure they can get 3 touchdowns on this defense. I trust Gus Malzahn more than I trust Pete Golding. Maybe I'm crazy. But I'll tell you this, that first series there did not inspire any confidence for this Auburn offense. All right, so that Alabama rushing offense not looking exactly like Tennessee's did last week, so that's not great, but it is what it is. What other games do y'all have money on this week? Anybody watching anything other than the Iron Bowl? And if so, we'll pay attention to what y'all are doing as well. All right, 2nd and 10. This will be a crossing route. Yep. More of a slant, but still same premise. Who else have we got right now? App State has already scored less than 3 minutes in on Troy. I really should have played their team total over. Their team total was 31. I should have played over. Buffalo has put up 70 points on Kent State now, so that is a cover. Let's see, Mac, and so we got a first down, but there's also a flag out there, so that's probably a hold, I would imagine. All right, legal formation. Casey, Pitt plus 24, yep, I've got the same thing. BC money line, I took them at -1 this morning once I heard Phil Jerkovich is going to be back. Yeah, I had San Jose State plus 11 as well. You had a 8-pack money line ticket. Yeah. My money line was NC State, Florida, UCF, Wyoming, Buffalo, Ohio, Coastal, and Georgia. And I had UAB in there, so that's my 8-teamer. But UAB, of course, got canceled. Yeah, NC State won. That's 1 out of 6. Not bad. So, Western Michigan and Northern Illinois did not hit for me. So, my 7-point teaser is kaput, but it doesn't matter because Virginia got canceled on that one anyway. So, is what it is. Lost a couple bucks. Nothing crazy. Keep track of what else is going on. So we've got, 4th and 15? I cannot believe they've got Slade Bolden out there after his ankle injury last week. Short field, can't capitalize. That's not good for the -13.5. Ay. So Clemson has already scored, it looks like. Not great. NC State, Coastal, FAU, USC, Northwestern, Washington, Nevada, and A&M. Yeah, that makes sense. All of those, it would appear, should be able to win. I don't know. That Utah game worries me a little bit. So I wonder about that one, But we'll see. I think Utah can bounce back this week. And I don't know how good Washington actually is. So I know they got that dominant win over Arizona last week, but I don't think Arizona's very good. USC made them look like gangbusters in that first week, but Michigan State has scored already. I got a team total under 14.5, and I got the under 42.5 in that game. Golly. Just ridiculous. Let's see. What else we got going on today? The Egg Bowl kicks off here in about 13 minutes. I'm kind of pumped about that one. So I'll probably have that one on the other screen up here. I'll have to pull out the iPad as well. So I've got a screen up here, a screen behind me. I got one right there. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling today. So Utah was a turnover scene against USC, and I bet Utah in that game. Well, all right, so here's the thing. You can't just – I've made that mistake too many times of betting against the team that slighted me the week before. And Utah isn't terrible. Like, how close would that game have been had they not turned the ball over that much? I mean, it was their first game. They had not been able to practice in a bit. They just had some issues that they needed to work out. And against USC, that's not the kind of team that you want to be trying to work this stuff out against. So I think that they will perform better, but Washington should be able to get that win, I would think. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows at this point? Let's see. Da-da-da. We'll pull this thing up and see if we can find the Egg Bowl here momentarily. But we still got a little bit of time left on that one. All right, Auburn starts on their own 11. And they get like 3 yards. That's not bad. They will be able to run the football on this Alabama defense. Let's see, I just did that with Texas. I saw the Oklahoma State game get rigged for them and then loaded my ass. I took Texas yesterday. Sure enough, they give the game away. Yeah, I was pretty irritated about that. Texas dominated that game, and the coaching malpractice by Tom Herman was next level. Just unbelievable. All right, so we got a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Out route, of course, we know Bo Nix loves to throw passes behind the line of scrimmage. It is just absurd. His completion percentage of passes beyond the line of scrimmage, even just a yard or two, is damn near around 50%. I mean, it's ridiculous. Whole thing's ridiculous. Let's see. We got 3rd and 11 now. Let's see what we got going on. All right. They're going to bring nobody. Interesting. Trying to play some kind of a zone out there. Just ridiculous. Bo Nix does not perform well when he is being pressured. And you're going to have to figure out how to get pressure on him, not just with your down 4. Like, you're going to have to bring from somewhere else. Because once this boy gets happy feet, he starts throwing to the wrong team. Let's see. All right. Tank, not looking great, but there we go. Let's see. What round do you think Mac Jones will get drafted and what team? Man, I have no idea what team. I would imagine, as well as he has played, honestly, if he's not projected to be a first-round pick, I would imagine that he will actually come back to school next year. That's just a guess. But we'll see. I would imagine he'll be a 2nd or 3rd rounder. I don't think that he is. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know that Mac Jones is a first-round quarterback prospect. There's your end around. That's one of those crazy plays. Blah. Eli Stove. 2nd round for Mac Jones. Yeah. Somebody will take a flyer on him because he has performed insanely well this year. I don't know what it means. Yep, there's your pressure, and boom. See, if you actually bring a little bit of pressure, like they should have earlier, you could have gotten off the field on 3rd down. But instead, here we go. So, of course, that one they actually got pressure with their 4th down. Yeah, but see, they brought a safety. Is that Malachi Moore? You bring a little pressure, and you can rattle this guy easily. Let's see, too many quarterback-needy teams. Yeah, everybody's looking for the quarterback that can win them a Super Bowl on their rookie deal, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. There are too many other positions on the field in the NFL that you have to pay. If you can get a quarterback that can perform a la Russell Wilson with the Seahawks, right? Because that Seahawks defense used to be what won them ball games. All you needed was Russell Wilson to not lose the game for you. We've seen it time and time again, like the Eagles a couple of years ago. Like, it wasn't necessarily their defense that won them the game, but the defense won them games throughout the season. And a lot of that had to do with they had Carson Wentz on a rookie deal, and then you just had backup quarterback money for Nick Foles. Like, he wasn't getting paid anything crazy. All right, so they brought an extra on that one, and you see what Bo Nix does there. You bring 5 instead of 4. Bo Nix has to throw the ball up in the air. He's got no prayer. Just ridiculous. 5 quarterbacks in the first round next year? I don't know, man. We talk about this every year. I think that might just be too many. Might just be too many. I could be wrong, obviously. I've been wrong a lot. I'll still tell you what I'm thinking, though. Let's see. Pitt not looking great for me early. Surprise, surprise. Let's see. Who else won today? All right, so there's a crazy punt. And around at 20. All right, commercial break. Nice. Maryland did exactly what I said they would do on our SBR show this morning. 11 points. That offense is predicated on tempo and chemistry and practice reps and timing and all of that. And when you don't have the practice in there, they cannot get going. So it is what it is. Is what it is. Are we dropping some frames? That is not good. It is pretty easy, though. Like, nothing going on. A lot more people have hopped in. If you guys enjoyed the live stream and all that, if you want us to do more of these, let us know. You can jump in the chat. Tell me what else you're watching, what other games I should be paying attention to. I've got my list pulled up here. You know, we had some crazy things go on this morning. But this is a trial run for a live stream. We're just going to do the first half. And then I think Chris and I might be doing one for like the national championship game, something along those lines, maybe the playoff games, just to put out some different kind of content. We do our daily show and all that good stuff, but we're not used to the live stream where it's just hours upon hours. But I think we could have some fun with this. So that way it's here whenever you want to hop in. So, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's not anything that we'll put out for a podcast because, God, who would want to listen to this for 3 hours or however long it'll be? Probably 2 hours for a first half. But only got one bet on the first half today. Alabama minus 13.5. I'd imagined that they would come out pretty hot immediately. And they got nothing done when they had a short field. And now they're going to have to drive 80 yards if they want a touchdown on the second drive. So, what's everybody drinking today? That's what I'm curious about. Curious about drinking. So, mine, the cheap bottle, Sir Evan Williams. It's not bad. Let's see. Who do you think will do a better job at preventing the run-pass option? Well, out of who? So, Alabama or Auburn? Is that what you're thinking? I would imagine that Alabama they are geared up better for it. They are able to get a little more pressure with their 4 down, 3 down, and then whoever they bring at the linebacker position. They've got faster linebackers. I think that they have been setting up this defense specifically for an offense like this. So we'll see. But who knows? I don't know that Alabama runs a ton of RPO stuff because Mac Jones is not a runner. Hopefully that's the question that you were asking. Hopefully I answered. So, 3 yards on a behind the line of scrimmage pass. Not ideal. I'm not looking for a touchdown on every play. I'm just looking for something inspiring. That looks all right. That's Billingsley. Boy, he came on strong last week, didn't he? Yeah, he looks all right. He looks all right. I don't know where he was early in the season, but they list him at tight end. That man ain't no tight end. Gary, I know Texas lost, but you need to tell Chris to put some respect on the run defense and defense's name. I can't tell Chris to do anything with Texas if Tom Herman's going to coach like that. That was complete malpractice. He didn't deserve to get on the bus to go back home. Like, I was so irritated by that performance. They won that game 15 different ways yesterday, and, I'm so irritated. I'm still – I don't know why you're trying to rile me up, Matt, I swear. Damian said, what the hell, y'all are finally doing a game. So this is just a trial. I'm just going to do the first half today. It's just me solo. We're just going to try it. Just see what the numbers are, see if you guys are interested in something like this. And and we'll roll with it. So sit here, enjoy a drink, enjoy a beverage, see what happens with my Crimson Tide. If I can get me a minus 13.5. Oh, my word. Devontae Smith. Okay, I see what they were doing. Run the ball like 7 straight plays or throw it behind the line of scrimmage, something like that. Draw the safeties in. Throw it all over 66-yard touchdown. Woo! That's bananas. Matt Miller, I know Herman's gone. Hey, I'm a Texas fan. How do you think I feel? He constantly loses game for the game. That's what I'm talking about, right? The kids played their rear ends off. They had the game won multiple times. The stupid fake punt, the going for it on 4th and 1 when you could have just lined up for a field goal to go up by 7, just any number of different things in that ball game, and they would have had a much bigger lead than they did. And it just felt like he was doing stuff just, what the hell, why not? Like, there was no risk assessment. There was no anything. And that team is not prepared to play that way. They've got a good defense. They've got a fairly good offense. I don't think Sam Ehlinger is a very good passer. But they did enough to win that ball game, and that coaching staff just lost it for them. Pitt and Northwestern playing like crap. Should have known those were trap games. Yeah. What is it, 10-0 Michigan State already? Yeah, not a fan of that one. Oh, and 10-0 Clemson already. Yeah, not good. Yeah, Damian jumping in. Lions just fired Bob Quinn and Patricia. Yeah, they cleaned house, and they waited until the fourth quarter of the Michigan game. Very Detroit thing to do. Very Detroit thing to do. All right, so I've got Bama on the board, and now I need a little more. Just a little more. One more touchdown. Don't let Auburn score. We will be all good. Let's see. See if I can go on and retweet our Periscope feed. Let's see. Defenses played great last month. Held Breece Hall under 100. First team to do it. Sam is inconsistent. I need the man whose name should not be said as head coach. I know that you're thinking about Urban Meyer, and that's okay, because I don't blame you. Why would you not want to bring Urban Meyer in? But, and this is fitting, right? This is the exact kind of situation that Urban Meyer would love to take over, because that's what he did at Florida. That's what he did at, good gracious, Ohio State. Comes in, takes over an Ohio State team that's just down, right? And then picks them right back up, national championship contender, all that good stuff. Panther Man, I'm here just wondering what's your favorite NFL team. So, my father raised me as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I am still a Steelers fan. However, we live in Memphis, and obviously the team from our state is the Tennessee Titans. So, I do enjoy that. All right, we got our kickoff, another short kick. I swear, I really think that Saban does these short kicks on purpose. I believe that he does it to make them return the kick so that they end up with either a shorter field or like they can bust one every now and then, but a shorter field, and it gives players a chance to actually go down and make tackles on special teams. I think that's what he does. Let's see. They could get the girl kicker then. Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool to see that with Vanderbilt today. I could not believe they could not get her even within field goal range. Like, that was unbelievable. Against Missouri, of all teams. So, let's see. Sean jumps in. Great play call by Sarkisian. Yeah, that was, it took, 8 plays to get him there? And right there with that Bo Nix overthrow, you see exactly why he ain't great. You get even a sliver of pressure on him, and he cannot throw the ball accurately for nothing. Anyway, Clemson just intercepted it, Casey says. Oh, great. So, yeah, that's fitting. That works out real well for my And there's a drop. I don't know what. See, that was one of those crazy plays again. Offsides by the defense. Had a free first down, and Auburn's guy drops it. 409 on the ground and 8 touchdowns. Patterson ties the college record. Whoa, he actually, I didn't think that he got to 8. Let's see, you think Campbell's going to Michigan if they fire Harbaugh? So, I've got buddies at Iowa State, and they all swear that Campbell has turned down multiple opportunities for bigger jobs because he loves it in Ames, Iowa. If I were him, I would take it. I mean, how often are you going to be able to do this with Iowa State? Like, just being completely realistic. Like, what are your goals? He's a Mount Union guy. Like, what are your goals as a head coach? Like, how long can you keep the expectations high at a place like Iowa State? And that's the question, right? Like, I don't know that he's going to take it, but I certainly think that he should. So if his goal is not to win a national championship and it's not to compete for conference titles every year and all that, then okay, like you can do that once every 2, 3, 4 years at Iowa State, but that's not what I would be going after if I was a guy of his coaching caliber. That's just me personally. Like, I think at Michigan you can compete for a national championship because we have seen that it's a TV show, right? I think that they would put Michigan in the college football playoff even if they weren't one of the 4 best teams because they've done it before. Not Michigan, but other teams, right? They want the blue bloods. They want the TV ratings. They want all that, and Michigan provides all of it. Let's see. Auburn moving the ball. Clemson up 17-0 now. Golly. That plus 24 not looking good for me. At this point, I just need Pitt to score over 14.5. Who should Michigan go after? See, isn't that the $1 million question? There's options, but Michigan is such a different kind of place. Like, you're going to be able to get guys. Matt Miller, Michigan State's up 10. Yeah, I saw that. 10-0 on Northwestern already. That'll be fine. No worries. It's still early. Who would I hire if I was Michigan? You're not going to get Luke Fickell. You're not going to get if you don't get Matt Campbell. I really have to think about this. If you wanted to try and go get Satterfield from Louisville, that would be, I think he would fit really well there. I do think Dave Clawson at Wake Forest would be perfect for that job. Because you're never going to be able to out-recruit Ohio State anyway. But Dave Clawson can absolutely develop football players. Let's see. Fickell, if he wants it, is the best option for Michigan, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's the thing. I just don't think that he's going to take it. I think he is so hardcore Ohio State that I just don't believe he's going to. But either way, I could be wrong. If Bama takes a big lead later in the game and they put in Bryce, how do you think he performs? I think Bryce has looked pretty good. It's taken a few games to be able to get himself feeling right. He didn't look right early on. I mean, obviously against Missouri, not great stuff. But he kind of got that offense rolling a little more last week. And, yes, it was just Kentucky, and we get that. But Bryce Young is a fantastic quarterback, and he is speedy and shifty, and he's got a laser. I mean, he throws the ball sick, man. Matt Miller's a Texas fan. List for my team goes Urban, Brian Kelly, Joe Brady. No. Fickell could be a fit for Texas, certainly. And then Campbell. I don't think Campbell would take Texas. There's too many politics that go on down there. And maybe that's the problem with Michigan, too. There's just too much politicking going on. You don't want Joe Brady. Like, I promise. He's still young. This is his first year as a coordinator. I mean, we got to pump the brakes on some of these young guys. Or maybe we don't. I don't know. Like Lincoln Riley show did come in firing, but that was a situation where it was already built, right? Thank me before my service at less miles to Michigan. No. That would definitely be pretty entertaining. I would certainly like that. But and I do think Les would be fine there, but there ain't no way they're hiring a guy straight out of Kansas. That's just absurd. So I'd love to see Jamie Chadwell get one of these jobs. The coach from Coastal Carolina, like he's a really good dude, and he has built some programs from the bottom up. So he's impressive, but I don't expect that he will. Oh, we got us a flag. We got us a hold, of course. So Casey was saying earlier that Bo Nix is going to have to run to be able to stay in this ballgame. I remember when that was a real possibility 10 years ago of Les going to Michigan. Yeah, no. It certainly was 10 years ago. I mean, 2010, that was Saban had only won one national championship at Alabama at that point. So, I mean, you were talking about Les Miles 3 years removed from a national title. You know, who wouldn't want to hire a guy that just won a title? But that's the same thing with, like, Jimbo Fisher, right? Jimbo Fisher won a national championship in 2013. And, I mean, is he who everybody wants to go after? No, like, there are specific schools that he fits at. But I don't think Jimbo would work real well at Michigan. I don't know that – I mean, Les probably would. I know he's a Michigan man, but All right, whistle blown. Good Lord. No, Sean jumps in. I don't think Brian Kelly leaves Notre Dame right now. That is I'll say this, like 3 years ago, there were not that many people that wanted Brian Kelly, and there were Notre Dame fans that wanted him gone. And now that he's got it really rolling, everybody loves Brian Kelly now. I don't think Kelly leaves Notre Dame for any job other than the NFL. And even then, I don't know that he does that. Matt, Michigan needs to stop going after Michigan men. Yeah, you got a valid point. Like, I don't think you're wrong. You know, so Alabama used to do that. Chris Allen, okay. So I didn't hear what they were talking about. So Alabama years ago, when they hired Nick Saban, they had forever and ever hired Alabama guys, right? Somebody that played there or coached there or whatever, and it was awful. And then they tried to get away from it, and they hired Dennis Franchione, and that didn't work out well either. And so they got away from that. And then they went with, after Franchione, there was Mike Shula. Mike Price and then Mike Shula. They tried to get away from it, and then they decided they were going back to it. And then once they got away from it all over again, the Alabama men, they got away from that stuff, and obviously it has proven correct. If you hire the right guy, it doesn't matter if he's ever been to the school. Like, you hire a good head coach, he's going to do well. I think Texas or Michigan would be smart to get a look at a guy like Lance Leipold at Buffalo. Guy wins everywhere. Like, I mean, you see what he – go look up what he did at Wisconsin Whitewater, and then look at what he's done at Buffalo. Let's see. Brian Kelly hates the academic standards and doesn't believe he can win a natty, is what some sources said 2-3 years ago. I don't know about now. I guess Chip Kelly, who knows him? Nobody wants to hire Chip Kelly. Like, no. Brian Kelly, everybody wants to hire Brian Kelly. But if Brian Kelly wanted to leave, like, he would have done that years ago. It's not like he didn't have options. He had options. All right, let's see. Smitty, with that speed, turns a pass 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage into a first down on 2nd and 15. Just ridiculous talent. Ridiculous. We have 5 minutes gone in the Egg Bowl and no score. It's kind of surprising. I played the Ole Miss team total under 40, and I regretted it as soon as I hit submit, but I feel good about it now. And that was a disaster. Let's see. What's going on with Northwestern? Still no score. Michigan State is about to score again. That's not a good thing. Let's see. Enter in my password so I can pull up the Egg Bowl here. Let's see. Michigan is the same situation as USC with Helton. So I don't think Helton is that bad. Maybe I'm crazy. Like, yes, I would. He's not awful. I will say that he's not the right guy for that job. But I do think that I think they'll probably win out and they'll be just fine. Who's another guy that I would go look for? Not for maybe one of these bigger jobs, but a smaller job that could eventually lead into it. Like Will Healy at Charlotte. No, he's not. He ain't perfect for Michigan or Texas. But Will Healy is absolutely a name that you got to pay attention to. Same with Sean Lewis, the head coach at Kent State. That's a Dino Babers guy. He's a big offensive guy. Let's see, Panther Man, did Auburn score in the previous drive? I do not know. No, Auburn has not scored. So Helton equals Herman. They aren't national championship level coaches, but they can win 8 to 10 games. Yeah, because they can both recruit. That's the biggest thing. And people put a lot of emphasis on recruiting. Like, I freaking love Lance Leipold at Buffalo. Now, he's an older guy. I liked Willie Fritz. He can develop players. Sean says he's a good coach, just not the right one for USC. Yeah, I think he'd be better suited at a place that did not have national championship or bust expectations. There's not a lot of coaches can withstand that kind of pressure. So it's not super fair, but it is what it is. Chris always talks about this. It's not everyone's birthright to win 10 games a year. But at some places, with as much as they are paying these coaches, they feel like it is. And I don't blame them, because if you're paying that much, you should get a return all the time, like every week. Where is my Egg Bowl, man? Oh, SEC Network. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see, what's everybody else saying about head coach for Michigan? Possible coaching candidates at Michigan. Let's see. Iowa State's Matt Campbell, Luke Fickell, and then, Bob Stoops. Everybody talks about Bob Stoops. I don't think he's coming back. I just don't think so. Panther Man, how do you think Bama will do against the run? I like their chances better with those 2 offensive linemen out and Tank Bigsby having issues with one of his legs. I mean, I think they're okay against the run. They're certainly not one of the top 10 run defenses in the country or anything like that, but they're okay. They can slow a team down. They can get stops. And that's all you need when you got an offense like this. Let's see. What's another one for Texas head coaches? Eric Bieniemy. Oh, this is Texans. Yeah. I am curious what people think about these. Let's see. The hot board. The top 10 replacements for Herman. This could be interesting. Man, a lot of articles about this. Wow, I found one from 2016. We had Lane Kiffin, Larry Fedora, Dan Mullen, Les Miles, Jim McElwain, Hugh Freeze, Tom Herman. Oh, man, these are funny. This is good stuff. Let's see. 2020. All right. Brent Venables will probably get a job at some point if he wants a head coaching job. Let's see. Who are some of the assistants that we could talk about? All right, it's a 3rd and 2, and we're on the other side of the field now for Alabama. And he gets that first down. Look at that. That was impressive. This was 3 years ago. Good gracious. Graham Harrell, Rhett Lashley. Yeah, they'll probably get something. I don't know about Lashley. He hadn't looked great at Miami thus far. No, he has at least made them competent. I don't know that gets him a head coaching job, especially not at a place like Texas or Michigan. Neither one of those is going to happen. Graham Harrell, maybe Texas takes a flyer on him. Like the boosters need somebody they think they can control a little bit. So they would likely go and do that. But if they're going to, it depends on what they want to do. If they want to control the head coach, then they go and get somebody like Graham Harrell. If they want to win, they empty the pocketbook and go and get Urban Meyer, period. There's Najee Harris. As I really thought he was about to jump straight over that man, and he did not. He lowered the shoulder and just held on to the football. That's impressive. That's impressive. All right, so we're about to... Where's the ball out? All right, 7-yard line. Over the top. Boom, John Mechie. There you go. Cheers to that one. That puts it at 14-0. Well, fingers crossed that we make the extra point, of course. But what are we looking for? Does Scott Frost get tired of Nebraska? That's a question, right? Who else have we got? Does Dave Doran go anywhere else? Mike Norvell? Do you think the decrease of fans at the game will change the outcome? No, I think it is more likely that you will get the bigger teams winning because I think talent's equalizer for the most part is emotion. So when you've got lesser talented players and they are playing on emotion and whatnot, maybe I'm crazy. I think the more talented teams will win more often if there are less fans in the crowd. Matt Miller, I think after a decade, the boosters just want to win. The AD, Chris Del Conte, has been quiet and hasn't said much. And he's made big hires for women's basketball and baseball. Yeah. I don't know. Do you trust Del Conte to be able to make a good hire here? Like, because he's really just doing the bidding of the boosters, right? Like, and I think that's been a big issue there. I think another big issue in Texas, Chris and I were talking about this morning, is the how do we say it? The high school players in that state tend to peak in high school as opposed to in college. So when you are getting 4- and 5-star studs, you think that there would be some room for development, and instead, Brandon Walker was talking about this on Unnecessary Roughness, where there is an issue with, and he didn't say this about Texas, I don't believe, but specifically, like there was a guy that he went to school with who, when he was 12 years old, he was bigger than everybody else, so everybody just assumed, well, he was awesome at baseball. He would always be awesome at baseball. Well, when you're 12 years old, he was bigger than everybody. He just grew up faster. But then he stayed the same size once everybody got to high school. And then once everybody got to college, they'd all passed him by because he was still the same player that he was when he was 12 years old. Like, that's kind of what seems to be going on in Texas. Some of those high schools are set up basically like colleges. There's not a lot of more room for development. So, that might be one of the issues because they have massive recruiting classes all the time. Let's see. What the scuttlebutt is that if it's urban, the boosters are willing to step aside. If not, then they won't control. Also, Ohio State would beg to differ. Half their team is Texas. Yeah, that's it. But I think some of their guys go and get, like a lot of the guys that Alabama gets from Texas, and they've gotten some 5-stars and whatnot. But you get some of the lesser thans. Like Baylor was able to develop a ton of players from the state, right? Matt Rule, that's what he does. He gets the 3 stars, turns them into 5 stars. You don't want the thing that Tom Herman has done where he has taken 5 stars and turned them into 3 stars. Not good. Not good. Let's see. Did Auburn just fumble that kickoff, knock it out of bounds? Let's see. The 2020 assistant coaches who could be head coaches. Let's talk about that. Phil Longo, North Carolina. The Texas offensive coordinator, Mike Yurcich. You buy that? I don't. Ryan Walters, Missouri defensive coordinator. He has actually shown really well here lately. Tom Manning, Iowa State's offensive coordinator. And Auburn dropped the football. Covered up. Good gracious. Let's see. Who is our top list here for assistant coaches that could get head coaching jobs? Marvin De La Cruz Serrano. War Eagle. Woo. Never mind. Yep, that's it. Perfect time to come in here and say that. right there in time for a fumble. Let's see. All right, Brent Venables, we all know about him. Tony Elliott could certainly grab a job, but I don't think he's grabbing Michigan or Texas. Brent Venables, if he wanted one of those, I think that he could get it. Steve Sarkisian, yeah, he's probably auditioning for a different gig. Now, who knows which one? I don't think there's going to be a ton of firings this year. There's already been some. I just don't think there's going to be as many as usual. Mike Elko, Texas A&M defensive coordinator, that's a pretty good one. I love his his defenses at Texas A&M and what he did at Notre Dame. I mean, he basically built that Notre Dame defense that we just watched yesterday. Like, he taught Clark Lee everything he knows. Let's see. There's another one. Clark Lee, number 5. Alex Grinch. He's young. I don't like that one. At least not yet. Do you think Saban will stay with Bama the rest of his coaching career? Same question with Gus. Gus, no, because I think eventually he will get fired because those boosters over there do not like him. Saban, yes. Like, I think he retires from Alabama. Miller, it would be a crazy offseason if it's just Texas or Michigan looking for a head coach. I don't know that either one will be. Texas should, and Michigan probably should, but if I were Michigan, I would just chalk this up as a weird year and let Harbaugh come back next year. Where else are you going to go? Like, this is a weird recruiting year. Like, Michigan's actually doing pretty well in recruiting. Like, I don't know, man. This is a weird year. It's a weird damn year. What are we looking at as far as our other scores are concerned? Michigan State scores again. Of course they do. Well. Clemson's up 24-0. That's fantastic. So the only semi-reasonable thing so far today has been Alabama looks okay. Texas will be, otherwise the fans will burn down the campus and recruiting has gone south so badly. Yeah, that's why you would make the change at Texas, is because the recruiting has got, like, when you lost Quinn Ewers, that is not good. That is not what you wanted to have happen. And so, let's see. What else we got? My Ole Miss State stream stopped, so that's not good. Get rid of all this jazz and see what we got going on in the Egg Bowl. Let's see. Cruz jumps in. What's up, Gary? Go Giants. Hey, go Giants. I'm in with it. So if you guys want us to keep doing live streams like this, let us know. I'm curious. Thank me for my service. Said Michigan can catch COVID and cost Ohio State the Big Ten and playoffs. I don't know about the playoffs. Chris and I were talking about this morning. I think, and maybe I'm crazy, I think that they are going to schedule Wisconsin and Ohio State for that championship game weekend, whether that's the Big Ten championship game or not. Like, that's what's going to happen. Let's see. Matt said we need Chris on here for that A&M beatdown. I don't think Chris has any interest whatsoever in that. And I almost didn't do this today, but I wanted to see what the viewership is like. I wanted to see if you guys are interested in talking during a ball game or not. You know, just trying something out. My son's down for a nap. My wife's gone for a walk. My wife will be gone for a walk. Apparently she's not gone yet. So, and there we go. That's a good open field tackle right there. Let's see. Sean said this doesn't feel like a 14-0 game. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, it feels like it is right there. Somebody can make a move, and it will be interesting. Schwartz is so fast. I don't know how he got back there and made that tackle. That's absurd. Matt Miller said, I'm reasonable. You should see the unreasonable fans. I've seen the message boards. Like, I've seen all the Texas message boards. It is... Matt Miller said, well, they planned for 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, etc. for the Big Ten for the last week of the season. Yes, however, you can throw all that out of the window when they're looking to get somebody in the playoff, right? So, and it's not going to matter now because Northwestern's down 17-0. Well, hello. Where you going? Let's see. Yeah, they planned 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3. Yeah, and Wisconsin will be up there. But, see, how is that going to get weird? Like, if you're doing 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, but it's based on winning percentage, if you've got Ohio State at 5-0, wouldn't they be ranked number 1? But they're not eligible for the title game, so it's all weird. It's all goofy. All right, 3rd down, you better bring 5. And they brought 4. And they got a 1st down. And he dropped the football. Well, that's just pure dumb luck. That's all that is. Because they had the 1st down. But it's, again, you only brought 4. You didn't really pressure with the 2 up front. And boom. And the ball came straight out. Look at Josh Jobe with the hit. Whoo! Boy, howdy. Was his knee out? Or down? Was his knee down? They're going to review this one. No, they're not. Gary Danielson is awful at his job. Like, not that I'm asking him to do a whole lot. Like, was the knee down? There were no helmets that collided. Yeah, I understand that I could not do Gary Danielson's job as good as Gary Danielson does it. But man, he's just bad at what he does now. Like, that knee is 100% down. Yes, Matt jumps in. Yes, knee is down. That's what they're checking on. There's no targeting here. Look, he led with the shoulder. Well, you talk about, he said, I thought his knee was dragging. That is just absurd. Panther Man, do you think Anthony has a chance of breaking the 40-yard dash record? Who is Anthony? Who are we talking about? You talking about Schwartz? Anthony Schwartz? Maybe. Let's see. So his fastest recorded time is 4:27. He's got a chance. No, I don't think he does. How much Botox has Gary had? Gary Danielson has had quite a bit. I think he is actually older than what they list him as. Let's see. Gary Danielson age. He is 69 years old. I find that to be absurd. Let's see. I wish Waddle didn't get hurt. I bet he could. Waddle was quick, but I still don't know that. I don't think any of them are ever going to hit that record. So I think that record just is what it is. So let's see what we got. Coached in 607 straight games. That is impressive. Only missed game 1973 as a grad assistant at Kent State. That's a long time. 607 games. What are you looking for? Well, I do not know where that is, my love. Let's see. So, Wolverine Digest has, for Michigan, these different coaches that could replace Harbaugh. They've got Jason Candle from Toledo. I don't think so. Matt Campbell at Iowa State. Tony Elliott at Clemson. Luke Fickell from Cincy. Alex Grinch from Oklahoma. Josh Heupel from UCF. Dan Lanning from Georgia. Brent Venables. Are any of these what you would want? I mean, this makes no sense. Like, they finally get down on honorable mentions to Lance Leipold. Now, Leipold's a little older. He's 56 years old. But are you going to really keep are you really going to keep anybody longer than like 10 to 15 years anyway? Like that would have him coaching until he was 71. Let's see, Matt. You ever read the story of Saban in Texas? I read it to imagine and for a good cry. So yeah, I've read all of those stories. Right. So one of my buddies is Cecil Hurt from the Tuscaloosa News, and he has detailed exactly what went on with that. And like there was absolutely the option for Saban to go, but he was just not interested in going. Like, there was no interest at all for him to go. And I don't blame him. So, let's see. Thank me for my service at Clemson's dropping 90 today. Yeah. I really felt like they were going to be, more focused on Florida State and everything else as opposed to fourth down. I thought they were not going to be focused on Pitt. And instead, they are focused on Pitt. Not great. Not great. Oh, yeah. Hey, if you guys would do me a favor, while you're watching, if you would like to go ahead and click like on the video, we would certainly appreciate that. Anders Carlson has never missed a kick against Alabama, so let's see if he does that here. 47 yards. And he drilled it, of course. Doesn't that make sense? I don't see why not. No, it's okay. Boom. Okay. All right, so 14-3. So that does not help my minus 13.5 first half line. Let's see. Mac Brown would not step aside either, which makes sense. It was a year after the Natty game. Well, no, of course he wouldn't step down. Why would you do that? Sean said, nice kick. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Puts him 5 out of 5 against Alabama. What is he, like 2 out of 14 against everybody else? Thank you. So we have the monitor. The boy still down. I've at least got the rest of this half. All right, while we have a commercial chat, let me run in this other room right quick. I will be back. All right. Let's see. So Nola like 1825 says great call in Buffalo team total. Yeah, that went way over, didn't it? So almost doubled. Almost doubled. Felt good about that one. I bet Buffalo -7 today. I should have just taken them at 9.5 when I was thinking about it. But it is what it is. Let's see. And kickoff out of the end zone. Pin message. All right. So, Matt Miller asked if he's Daniel's brother. Is who Daniel's brother? I know you said this before I had to go in there and refill. Who are we talking about? Like JT Daniels and Cash Daniels? All right, so Devonta Smith is still a stud. We all know that. That's not surprising at all. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to try and share this thing out. Clemson has 31 points. Pitt. This was 8 minutes ago. 31 points for Clemson, 19 yards for Pitt at the end of the first quarter. That bet's not going well for me. All right, John Mechie, first down. Smoke Monday. Is that not one of the cooler names? Smoke Monday. I don't know what I would, like, if my last name was Monday or like Thursday. Hey, I'm Gary Thursday. Which is weird. I don't know, it's a whole lot different than like Mac Jones. They call him Joker. Just some weird names in this sport, man. Weird names. Up, Najee, he breaks it. Adios, muchachos. Najee here. That kid is a stud. I don't know how he hadn't gotten more love this year. Kid's unbelievable. Had 16 touchdowns in 6 games. Just absurd. Like a man possessed. Like a man possessed. Of the Auburn game. There we go. That is there it is. Absolutely pass interference. That's all you can do. If you're an Auburn defensive back, you're going to have to grab Devonta Smith every single time he goes deep like that. That's the only chance you got. If you want to keep 7 points off the board, that's it. That's it. That's the only chance you got. Let's see. First back taken in the draft, yes, 100%. Chuba Hubbard ain't it. Travis Etienne has proven he ain't it. Najee Harris can catch the ball. He can run. He can do anything. Najee Harris is unfreaking believable. He can be Derrick Henry if you want him to be. I mean, look at the size. I mean, he's 6'2", 230 pounds? He's absurd. Yeah, so Nola like 18-25. Yeah, I've got Bama -13.5 first half line. So I need I'd prefer a touchdown here. So just give me a touchdown. Ooh. That was rough. That was rough. Goodness gracious. Let's see. What's the score? Currently 14-3. Alabama with, 6 minutes left? They're trying to show us touchdowns to Devonta Smith. Jalen Hurts. Let's see. Talia Tagovailoa, Bryce Young, Mac Jones. Tua threw 18 to him. That's pretty good statistic. That's kind of cool. He's already got 4 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. That's crazy. And beautiful touch pass. Touchdown, Billingsley. 21-3, Alabama. What a beautiful pass. All right, so when we were talking earlier about Mac Jones and his NFL draft position, if he keeps doing stuff like that to guys that people have not heard of, look at it. Look at him move the pocket. That is such a gorgeous. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful, unbelievable. That's instinct in the pocket. And if you do stuff like that, I mean, he'll be a first rounder, 100%. So here we go, 21-3, 6:24 left in the second quarter, and I'm excited about it. I like it. Let's see. I'm going to share this out on Twitter right quick. See if we can get some more people in here for the last 6:24. So this commercial has got Queen on it. My 2-year-old is a gigantic Queen fan. Like he is freaking ridiculous. My mother keeps him while I'm at work during the day, and they listen to a classic rock station. And this dude comes in singing about Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Can you do the fandango? It's unbelievable. It's good stuff. Good stuff. We should teach our kids more classic rock. Get some Foreigner in there, all that kind of stuff. What kind of stuff? While we're in commercial, what kind of music are you guys into? Like I am much more in the vein of Jason Isbell and Lucero and that kind of stuff nowadays. So when I was younger and my hair was down to my ass, I was much more, Metallica and Shinedown and, whatever. Killswitch Engage, that kind of stuff. We toured for a bit with Papa Roach and with Godsmack and Seven Dust, bands like that. But that was a while ago. Copy. Let's see if I can do the siren. It's so funny. We got to make these. Announcements look good. Like when we post them on social media. Got to make them look all right. Police car. There we go. And boom, copy, tweet, and then head over to the Winning Cures Everything page. Boom. All right, so Alabama kicking off, and we got to keep Auburn off the board to preserve the 13.5. See, they do it every time. I don't think Reichert is doing it like himself. I think he could absolutely kick it out of the back of the end zone. I think that Saban and that coaching staff specifically tell them to kick it short. Let's see, everything musically. What the hell's going on with Northwestern? Well, they got a massive emotional win last week, and they are not good enough to overlook any opponent. So, it is what it is. This is my cousin who is letting me know that he's got his Alabama gear on. These guys are hilarious. So, yeah, Northwestern's terrible, and Clemson is just beating the absolute piss out of Pitt. I don't know what to make of those games, but that's why I wanted to live stream today, because it felt like today was a crazy day. So you would assume in the Iron Bowl with Gus Malzahn and without Nick Saban being there, something crazy might happen. Who knows? Who knows? That's a weird play by Auburn. Weird play. Like, I understand. Like, they can't trust Bo Nix to throw the ball past the line of scrimmage at all. Like, they have to run him out like he's going on a quarterback draw and act like see, and he overshot his guy again, Seth Williams. He's just not an accurate passer. So, now he gets hot in certain spots. Why is Bo Nix the quarterback? Because his dad played at Auburn. And because Gus Malzahn can't develop quarterbacks anyway, and there was nobody available in the transfer market for him. Nobody that would go to Auburn anyway. I would assume they weren't offering enough. I don't know. Just saying. But Bo Nix, everybody thought that he was going to be the guy because he can run the RPO really, really well, which is Malzahn's offense, right? But now everybody runs the RPO. Everybody knows what to expect. And that's why I get, like, Gus, when he's had success here lately, like 2017, he had success because Kevin Steele's defense was friggin' lights out. They were unbelievable. But it wasn't the offense. 2013, it was the offense. Nobody knew what to expect from that offense. Like, now everybody knows what the hell you're doing because everybody does it. Like, Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, they all just run better versions of it. Like, football ain't ever going back to the way it was. You know, good defenses don't beat good offenses anymore. It's weird. It's weird. Bo Nix beat Justin Herbert in a game. Let's try to digest that completely. Well, look, you look at the talent on the rest of the field, it's a whole different thing. And Auburn, they've got talent, man. They've got talent all over the field. This year, it's just really inexperienced talent. And it wasn't just Bo Nix that beat Justin Herbert. He wasn't the one who won the game. Yeah, that last second throw down there, like, luckier than. Anyway, you get the point. You get the point. I had Oregon plus 3.5 in that game last year, and I will never forget it. I was a second away from, just a second away from being able to cash that ticket. And Oregon had multiple opportunities to be able to expand that lead in that game. They just couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. App State up 28-0 on Troy already in the second quarter. Their team total in this game was 31, and I kept looking at it going, that should be more. But I didn't know how they were going to come out this week. Like, I was worried about the motivation because they're not going to win the Sun Belt this year after that loss to Coastal last week. And I thought, man, like that's weird. Like, I just don't think that they're – but either way, it is what it is. Peter Cancro, founder of Jersey Mike's. Y'all got a favorite sandwich place? I like Lenny's, personally. Let's see, how heartbreaking was the Oregon loss last night? Not that heartbreaking. They hadn't been dominant in any game. Like, they had so many guys opt out. Like, I was kind of surprised. Let's see, still, if Oregon unleashes Herbert, that game isn't close. I think that was the first instance of where we will see Cristobal is a good recruiter, not a great coach. Yes. Yes. And what I'm terrified of, as an Alabama fan, of course, you see my A over here, when Saban steps down, I get a feeling that they are going to call Cristobal. Hey, Matt Miller said Firehouse is pretty good. Yeah, so I've had Firehouse a couple of times. It's a little further away from me, so I don't get it all the time, especially working from home right now. But I do like Firehouse subs, man. Let's see, Akbar jumps in. What's going on with Northwestern, Gary? Emotional win last week, and they are not good enough to be able to overlook opponents. I mean, that's basically it. Michigan State hadn't played in a couple weeks. You know, if they bring out something different, who knows? Let's see. Gary had a really bad day with my picks. How do you bounce back? You just stick to your process. I mean, I went 0-4 during the week. Like, I had New Mexico on Thursday night. I had Texas yesterday. I had the over in Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan. And I had Iowa minus 13. Like, you just keep doing what you're doing. So, don't think anything about it. Like, trust your process. If your process has proven to win, just stick to it. This is a crazy sport. Analytics don't work all the time in the sport because stupid shit happens routinely. Like, it's just dumb. The Northwestern still has time to be able to get back in this game. Like, they still got plenty of time. Let's see. SBR's odds page is not updating my scores. Got to go to damn ESPN. Hey, where do you guys get your up-to-date scores? That's what I'm curious about. I don't like ESPN's score page, like their website. Alabama may go up 28-3 at the half. Brian Robinson getting some yardage. Look at this offensive line. Pulling the guard, pull the center. Ooh, baby. That is unreal. Panther Man, I think App State is a team that was underrated until word got around enough until they got overrated, which I think happens a lot. So they were only overrated this year. And the reason they were overrated is because people just thought that you could have a third coach in 3 years and just keep the same thing going. They're still a great team. They don't have a ton of talent, but they have developed their players really well. But they're not as good as they have been. Like, they're returning production on defense. They only return like 53% of their guys. It's not great. So the defense hadn't been great. The offense, however, with Zach Thomas at quarterback, I mean, that's a good team. You know, like they're still good. They're just not as good as they were last year. I could not believe Satterfield left for that Louisville job, knowing what he had coming back. I mean, he is. If I were Satterfield, I would get out of Louisville. I just don't think that's a spot for him. But who knows? Ryan said this game's going to get nasty if they score here. Maybe. I don't know. I got another play on Alabama over 41 points from earlier in the week. So as soon as that line hit on Monday night at around midnight, the team totals, I took Alabama over 41 points because I thought those players were pissed. They were pissed off. And I know a couple of guys that are, we'll say they're on the staff. But they were mad about the way things went last year. There's Mack with a sweet pass. That was a good defensive play. Camden Church, I use the Action Network app to track scores. You can enter your plays. They show you the chance of victory. Yeah, so I've done that. I've done that, and let's see, Ryan Johnson. Hey, Gary, good call on the Northwestern game. I didn't really have a call on that game. I had Michigan State's team total under 14.5, and going to mark that one off. The under is still in play. Let's see. Memphis minus 13.5, a good idea. You know what? No. I don't trust Memphis this year. And they never play well against Navy. Like, last year was the first year they ever covered against Navy. They just don't do well against that triple option. So I wouldn't play it. Like, Chris seems to love them this year. He thinks that Memphis will easily handle Navy because they're not good this year. Matt Miller said, hey, if you want to bet on Rocky Lombardi, be my guest. So I guess that maybe that's what he was talking about. I did have the under 42.5 in Northwestern. It's 17-6, but it's in the second quarter. So, like, we're more than halfway there. And, I don't like that. Definitely not a fan of that. Pittsburgh got 3 on the board. That's good. Let's see. Baylor to cover. I think if you're going to Camden must not be a regular. That is Sook. That is our Great Dane. She is like 11 years old. She is getting closer and closer to the Rainbow Bridge, but she is a sweetheart. So you'll see a lot more of her. She likes to walk around a lot. So when we do these long live streams, it works out perfectly. Let's see. Shivers. That was a pretty damn good tackle there. Christian Harris. Let's see. What else have we got going on right now? Let's see. Never seen her on the SBR. Yeah, so the SBR shows, I keep her out. But for these shows, like WCE is, how lucky of a pass is that? How lucky of a pass is that? That is just absurd. That's so stupid. All right, 48 seconds left. Now you just got to keep them off the board so I can cover my 13.5. Jesus. No, for Ryan Johnson for Baylor, by the way, no, I would take Kansas State today. This is the perfect spot to back Kansas State. Kansas State is not as bad as they looked last week. And he dropped the pass. Oh, man. When is Saban's contract up? Saban does not have a contract, my friend. He's got 10 more years on that bad boy. No, there's literally a clause in it where it just extends every year. Like they will never get rid of Saban. It will be, when does Saban want to retire? It's up to him. He can stay there as long as he wants to. And I don't blame him for it. 2nd and 10. This is so ridiculous. Let's see. I'm living the Giants and the Titans tomorrow. I don't trust the Titans against the Colts ever. I don't care what the line is. Like, you will not catch me betting the Titans against the Colts. Ever. Period. Let's see. And we've got who? The Giants are playing the Bengals. They're favored by 6. Yeah, maybe. Chiefs-Colts AFC Championship. I mean, the Colts definitely have the roster to be able to do it. Like, do you trust Phillip Rivers enough for that? I mean, he throws it to the other team too much to me. NFC too hard to predict right now. Same thing with the AFC. Like, the only thing I know about the AFC is the Chiefs are good. That's what I know. Oh, my God. Took a bad angle and should have been picked. Do you think the playoff committee will allow Ohio State to make the playoffs due to lack of games played? Yes, I do. And here is the reason why. Because they are fantastic for television. And that's where the playoffs are. It is owned by ESPN. They bought the rights to it. They will put Ohio State in there because the ratings in some of these years has been complete crap. And if you've got Ohio State, Notre Dame, Clemson, and Alabama, you are guaranteed massive ratings. It may not be fair, but yes, 100%. So if they are undefeated, no matter how many games they play, they will get into the playoff. It's either the Steelers or Colts versus the Chiefs. I trust Reich and their defense versus Tomlin and his. Tomlin has a really good culture built at the Steelers. I don't trust Big Ben a whole lot, but you were talking about two quarterbacks that are nearing their 40s. Is Phillip Rivers 40 already? See, let's look that up. He is 38 years old. He'll be 39 next week, sometime, or in a couple of weeks. So, and Roethlisberger, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see, Ryan Johnson, UCLA to cover against Arizona. Is that this week? I guess it is. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't trust either one of those teams. UCLA has looked really good here lately, but I think the only team that's close to a lock in the AFC Championship game is the Steelers. I think the Steelers have gotten ridiculously lucky, and I'm a Steelers fan. I don't think they're as good as their record indicates. So, are you a Carson Wentz fan? No, I am not. No, I am not. Like, at all. I don't. Yeah, I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's very good at all. Da-da-da-da. What we got? I will take that. Malachi Moore, locking it up. Let's see. If you think the Steelers are more of a lock than the Chiefs, I have oceanfront property in Montana to sell you. Ryan said, did you bet anything on the Notre Dame game? No, I did not. I didn't know who was going to show up in that game. Yeah, no way. No way I was betting that. Okay, all I know is whichever NFC East team makes the playoffs needs to be replaced with a wild card team. Isn't that the truth? East is bad. And right now, as it sits right now, Washington is your division leader. I'm good with that. All right, 21-3 at the end of the half. And that, my friends, is a cover. Minus 13.5. So I got Antonio Lewis on Twitter said, definitely the worst week of the season for you, Gary. Shake my head. Yeah, no shit. No shit. It's bad. It is really bad right now. But, what are you going to do? You're going to have these every now and then. It is what it is. I felt good about it, but it has been a crazy Saturday, and it is what it is. All right, so we've been rolling for an hour and a half. This was fun. A rookie that's really surprised me is Justin Herbert's been really good, but he hadn't won a lot. So the Broncos sent all their quarterbacks home. Well, it's going to be tough to win without a quarterback, I would imagine. So, all right, we will look into doing this more often, but we do appreciate you guys jumping in here. This was a lot of fun. I hope that we get to do it again. Hopefully playoffs, bowl games, all that good stuff. Maybe Alabama LSU next week. Let's see if I can talk Chris into it. I don't think he's going to be very interested in it, but we'll see. We will see. But this was a lot of fun. So hopefully we will keep this thing going and spread the word. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. Share it out, and we'll try and do it more often. So I do have fun hanging out with just you guys and getting to talk a little football and answering questions, all that good stuff. So go to winningcureseverything.com, go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF, all of that fun stuff, and subscribe to the channels. So YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Facebook, all that good stuff. Share it out. Tell your friends about it. All that good stuff. Let's go ahead and we will hop out of here. We will talk to you all later.
Are you kidding me?
You are looking live.
Winning cures everything. Now for your hosts, Gary and Chris.